closed, but a beautiful day for baseball. Vinny Rotino, Sophia Minter, Jeff Levering along for the ride at American Family Field. Brewers trying to win a series against the Detroit Tigers as Jose Quintana and the Brew Crew take the field against A.J. Hinch. Tigers got one hit last night. See that note there, fewest since July of last year. His starting lineup is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. A very similar lineup to what we saw in game number 1 with the left-hander on the mound. Malloy, Torres, Ibanez, Torkelson, Green, Baez. Tomas Nido makes the start behind the plate. Trey Sweeney bats 8th, and Ryan Kreidler bats 9th in center field. And the home debut wearing the home uniform for Jose Quintana in Milwaukee.
And he was brilliant last time out against the Arizona Diamondbacks in Arizona on Friday. 7 innings of work, 4 hits given up. No earned runs, no walks, did punch out 2, got 9 ground ball outs. He was brilliant, faced 1 over the minimum. Let's see if he can repeat that performance against the Tigers today.
Defense behind him, Vinny. It's brought to you by Landmark Credit Union.
Around the outfield, Jackson Churio in left, Garrett Mitchell back in center, Sal Frelick in right. Third to first, Oliver Dunn, Joey Ortiz, Bryce Terang, Reese Hoskins at first, and William Contreras behind the dish.
Home plate umpire today is Adam Beck. John Bacon is over at first base. Crew chief is Dan Iasonia. And the third base umpire is Scott Berry. Just about ready to get things going as Jose Quintana making his 13th career start at American Family Field, but the first as a member of the Brewers.
Yeah, we were tired of seeing him in other uniforms against the Brewers, right? 23 career starts versus the Milwaukee Brewers. He had a 2.98 ERA. He loved pitching against Milwaukee, and we hated watching it.
Finally joined the good guys as Malloy digs in. Started game 1, was 1 for 5. Overall in the series, he's got a run batted in. He struck out 3 times. Tigers won the opener. Brewers with a shutout last night. Rubber match coming up right now as Quintana into his windup in the first pitch. Hit down the right field line. It is foul. 1 strike and off we go from Milwaukee.
Yeah, you notice that Malloy jumped on the first pitch fastball from Quintana. Let's see if that's going to be the plan for the Tigers today. That certainly was against Alexander. It was attack the fastball early and then battle with 2 strikes.
Had a very brief communications issue. Pitch calm. Back up and running against Justin Henry Malloy. And there's strike 2. 66 degrees inside American Family Field, 47 outside. Heard Rick Schlesinger, the Brewers president of business operations, say this weekend's supposed to be nice. Maybe have a roof open game. That's low. That's a big maybe, but it would be awesome.
That would be awesome this early in the season. Winter's over, right?
Let's hope. You got your park on right now.
Everyone just threw something at the TV that I just jinxed it.
Slightly high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We cannot jinx anything.
Correct.
We have nothing to do with anything.
Correct.
Just reporting the news. That's our job. Just missed inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Malloy.
That was a good pitch right there from Jose Quintana. Tell everything away earlier in the at bat. Tried to sneak a fastball on the inside corner, just missed.
Payoff pitch. And he walked him. Did not walk a single batter in his last appearance against Arizona, but he leads off with a walk. From Malloy, now it's Gleyber Torres.
A very patient hitter is Malloy. Has 9 walks now on the season. But there's the arsenal from Jose Quintana. Does not throw exceptionally hard, but there's a pinpoint command to what he does. He's an artist out there, Jeff.
Gleyber Torres had a good series, 3 runs batted in, and had the only hit last night for Detroit. Pitch missed low. And he's had the most success against Quintana, 4 for 7 lifetime, including a home run. Falls behind, 2 balls, no strikes.
See, that's the changeup right there, the 86. So most guys changeups about 8 to 10 miles per hour off. Quintana's 4, 5, 6 miles per hour off, but has a ton of movement down and away. Gets a lot of ground balls with that pitch.
Trying to get a ground ball right now from Torres. It's 3-0. .22 career starts against these Detroit Tigers for Quintana. Only 5 since going over to the Chicago Cubs. Since 17. Swing and a miss on a 3-0 pitch. It's 3-1.
Quintana and Contreras could feel that Gleyber Torres could be swinging 3-0 there, so he knew he had to make a pitch. He did on the outside corner.
Took that 3-1, very same spot. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
A little odd. He just statue took that 3-1 pitch after swinging 3-0, coming out of his shoes 3-0.
Especially since it was the same pitch.
Right. He was guessing.
3-2 and a toss over to first base. And a tapper back to the mound. Quintana's got it. Goes to second for 1, to first. Yes, double play.
Oh, what a double play right here. Not too many second basemen are going to be able to turn this double play. Bryce Terang gets rid of it so quickly. How about Quintana with a perfect feed? Takes his time, makes sure he gets the transfer. Look how quick that transfer is in turn from Bryce Terang, the Platinum Glover. Just got him.
T-Mobile coverage cam and no challenge from the Detroit Tigers. That erases the leadoff walk, and wouldn't you know, facing the minimum so far. Andy Ibanez takes outside. Quintana faced the minimum through 6 innings in his last appearance. Had a couple of double plays and picked off a runner. Just was magnificent against Arizona.
He really was.
Ibanez takes a strike right down the middle.
This is what you're going to get from a veteran like Jose Quintana that's been there, done that, never gets overwhelmed by the moment. A brilliant performance in Arizona. And then how about walking the first hitter of the game and then getting 3-0 on Gleyber Torres, coming back in that at bat and then getting a double play. Never panics, never tries to do too much.
And a double play came on a 3-2 pitch. And what did he use? The curveball.
Right.
Throws any pitch at any time and has confidence in everything.
Right.
He falls behind Ibanez here, though, 3-1. And he hit it foul, 3-2.
Yeah, he knows he doesn't have to make the perfect pitch all the time, and that's why he ends up commanding all of his pitches. Like you said, Jeff, any pitch, any count. Pitches to contact, looking for ground balls. He's got a great defense behind him.
3-2 coming to Ibanez. And he walked him. So the second walk of the inning from Quintana. The command is still a struggle to find early for Jose Quintana. Now you got to face Spencer Torkelson.
Yeah, not something you want to do right there. Although Andy Ibanez is really swinging the bat well against left-handers. Just missed with that pitch.
Torkelson 0 for 8 in this series. Does have a sacrifice fly. And he takes and a snap throw to first. Back in time. First pitch strike on Torkelson with a changeup, and for Contreras almost caught everybody off guard.
Yeah, we haven't seen him snap throw like that from his knees. Like you said, caught us all off guard.
The 0-1 is outside.
Yeah, check this out. Looks like he's going to throw it back to the pitcher, but then turns his shoulders and snap throws to Reese. I think Reese was paying attention.
It's the first time we've seen that type of move from Contreras. Check the swing, didn't go. Pitch up and in, so it's 2-1. Falls behind again to a Tigers hitter. "21 pitches, only 8 strikes from Quintana. Very odd. There's a strike. 2-2.
That's more like it with the sinker right there. Yet his arsenal almost catches a hitter off guard when he throws a fastball in a fastball count, just because he can throw any pitch at any time.
Trying to work around a couple of walks to get the double play. 2-2 to Torkelson. And it's in the dirt. No chase. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's the same exact approach that the Tigers used against Tyler Alexander. And you mentioned it, first batter of the game with Malloy. Aggressive early in the count and then spoiling pitch after pitch and going deep into counts.
Right. And not chasing with 2 strikes.
3-2. Runner will go. And Torkelson fouls it away. Every batter this inning has seen a 3-2 count from Quintana.
Definitely have to be careful with Torkelson. Can drive the ball out of the ballpark with ease to all fields.
And to throw to first, nobody's there, and Rhys Hoskins goes and throws it and picks it up, and again nobody's covering the first base bag, and AJ Hinch is going to have a conversation with the home plate umpire. That's more than likely going to be a balk because the first base bag is unoccupied.
It's unoccupied, but if the fielder is going towards the bag to occupy the base, think about a pickoff play to second base, but I don't think Rhys was doing that. They're going to have a conference about that.
The umpires are going to get together.
Never seen that one.
Hey, you can have your first baseman playing behind the runner, but if he's making a move towards first base, as in a back pick, right, that's fine. But there was not a lot of movement from Rhys Hoskins. It's more reactionary.
The ball was thrown directly to the base.
No balk because the throw was to the base. All right. AJ Hinch. Let's see how close that is to the bag. Not very close.
No review.
Well, maybe the Brewers catch a break there. 3-2 on Torkelson. And he walked him, the 3rd walk of the inning from Jose Quintana.
And 25 pitches already in the first. The way Jose Quintana wanted to start his day after getting a bunch of quick outs last time out against the Diamondbacks.
Well, he was 80 pitches in 7 scoreless innings.
Yeah.
Last time out. He didn't get to 25 pitches until the 3rd.
Yep. They have a plan clearly against Jose Quintana. That was a good changeup, but again, they're just not chasing outside the zone, the Detroit Tigers.
Riley Green is the hitter. He's the first lefty to face Quintana. The final line, the Brewers left-hander in his Brewers debut. Riley Green, a ground ball to first base. Hoskins has it, flips to Quintana, and after all that, he gets a 1-pitch out from Riley Green and tosses it into the stands for his souvenir. No score. Brewers coming up. Trying to get some eats at the 3rd Street Annex on the Loge level. Brewers starting lineup brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Tarang, Churio, Yelich, Contreras, Frelick, Hoskins, Mitchell, Ortiz, and Dunn. And they get the right-hander, Cater Montero, just up from AAA Toledo to make the start.
Making his first start of the year. Pitched 98 innings last year, 98 in the 3rd, gave up 19 home runs, 9 on the heater. So Similar approach to Jack Flaherty last night. They're going to be looking for the heater and trying to lay off a couple of good breaking balls from Montero. He will throw the changeup to lefties.
Turang, the first man to face him. And he takes outside. Last night, it was Chourio first, then Turang. This afternoon, flip-flop those two guys in the order. Have Yelich hit third. Two to Turang. And that caught the inside corner with a slider. 2-1. Another base hit for Turang. Last night's game 1 for 4. He's got a hit in all but one game so far this season. Line foul.
Well, they have a 12-game hitting streak to start the season. One away from Dickie Thon, a franchise record to start off a season.
Dickie Thon still all by himself in the Brewers record books. 1993. Swing and a miss. He chased off the outside corner. Strikeout for Montero. Defense behind Montero, Vinny.
Defense around the outfield. Riley Green in left. Ryan Kreidler in center. Justin Henry Malloy in right. Javi Baez at third. Trey Sweeney at short. Andy Ibanez playing second. Spencer Torkelson at first. And Thomas Nido is getting the start behind the dish.
Jackson Chourio at the plate. 1 out of 8 in the series, and he chops the first one foul. Now, Vinny, give us some explanation on the balk, no balk from last half inning.
So can a pitcher throw to an unoccupied base? A pitcher on the rubber cannot throw or fake a throw to an unoccupied base if there are runners on base, unless it's for the purpose of making a play or to drive a runner back. That's the rule. So that's what happened with Quintana in the first. But again, I've never seen it. Usually if there's a play that was supposed to be on and the fielder didn't know that there was a play supposed to be on, it usually just results in a balk.
Brewers may have got away with one there. Again, if you got a runner at second base and you're trying to back pick, you can spin and not make a throw. You could throw, but you're trying to make a play on the runner.
Right.
And Jackson Chourio strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Montero to open up his start. That was an odd one. Typically, you just don't see that at first base.
Right.
Especially with nobody holding them on. Now here's Christian Yelich. Finished the night last night well with a base hit. 1 for 4 last night and takes strike 1. Backdoor slider.
Yeah, this kid Montero had an excellent start. His last start out in AAA. Pitched 5 2/3 of perfect baseball. 17 up, 17 down.
Yelich towards the gap in left center, down a base hit. Yelich has his second hit in as many at bats. No perfecto today for Montero.
Yeah, it's a good swing right here from Christian Yelich. Gets an elevated fastball and he's all over it. Too much plate for Christian Yelich. 94. Now that's a good sign when Christian Yelich is lacing the ball to the opposite field like he did right there.
He sets the stage for William Contreras. 2 for 7 in the series. And a ground ball through the hole. A base hit for Contreras. Starting to cook with 2 outs. Good to see Yelich and Contreras barreling some baseballs up.
Yeah, loud contact right here from William Contreras. Another fastball clearly misses his spot way in, even in off the plate, but William Contreras too quick with the hands and laces a ground ball through the hole.
Sal Frelick back in the number 5 spot. Yeah, William Contreras with that knock. Now a 10-game hitting streak. Started with the last game of the last homestand. Had hits in 6 straight. And then hit 3 straight so far. That's 10. Good counting. We played cribbage today, so my counting skills are in.
Not bringing that up. The rally going here, Jeff. Let's focus.
We're locked into the first.
I lost.
Just said you weren't bringing it up. Really trying to drive in a run. Base it to the outfield. Yelich has a really good chance to score. And it's fouled away. A good pitch to hit. 2-1.
Hittable pitch right there for Sal. Just a hair late. Lost the barrel just a hair on a pitch right down the middle.
Foul back and another hittable pitch. That changeup was right down the middle.
Yeah, that was a hanging changeup right there from Montero, and Sal was all over it, just missed. He's got a battle with 2 strikes here.
Sal's been good with 2 outs and runners in scoring position this year. 3 for 7 and 3 walks. And took a call, 3rd strike. Backdoor breaking ball. Frelick is frozen. Montero ends up striking out 3. Brewers had a couple of hits.
And for Jose Quintana, his Brewers debut was not just 7 scoreless innings and a win as he joins the Milwaukee Brewers for the first time here, but it was a milestone win for him as well. He became just the 24th pitcher in baseball history to record a win against every major league team, and he became just the 5th active pitcher to do so, joining Garrett Cole, Charlie Morton, Max Scherzer, and Justin Verlander. Pretty good company there for Jose Quintana. He spoke about that after the game, just what a dream come true that is for him. Certainly something he never expected coming from Colombia. Now in his 14th major league season, he said it's obviously just a lot of time, dedication, discipline, consistency. He's had 9 seasons of 30-plus starts. It's obviously a very hard mark to reach there for Quintana, but he said he received a ton of messages and calls. So many people from throughout his career, from back home in Colombia. He said messages from kids saying, I want to grow up and be like you someday. That's probably the highest compliment that a pitcher can receive there. So congratulations to Jose Quintana. Certainly rare company for him. Hoping for more of the same here, guys. Those 30-plus start seasons for Quintana here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sophia. Javi Baez gets an infield single. Some communication issues there with Dunn and Ortiz on who's going to get that ground ball. Now back to Quintana. It takes a lot of healthy seasons. Of course, he's pitched in both leagues. Not that that's a big deal anymore because everybody plays everybody every season. But the fact that he's been healthy and been able to post and beat every single team in Major League Baseball is impressive.
It's amazing. What a career for Jose Quintana, who actually was signed as a minor league free agent at one point.
It's a bunt. Quintana gets it and gets his former teammate Tomas Nido on a sacrifice to move Baez up to second base.
To get it back to the minor league free. So when you sign with a team, his original team was the New York Yankees, signed for a pittance, right, for what an international free agent signed for nowadays, $60,000 by the Yankees. Ended up becoming a minor league free agent and then signed with the Chicago White Sox, and that's when his big league career took off. It's been a remarkable career, and he has to be, unless I'm forgetting somebody, has to be the best Cuban or Colombian-born pitcher of all time.
First pitch, ground ball right side. Terang with a tricky hop, able to make the play and get Trey Sweeney. Baez ends up at third base on the ground ball to second. This is not an easy play Bryce Terang just made.
And it makes everything look easy, right? I mean, the way that his feet work in order to read the hops, he really just fields the ground balls, and you hear this a lot. He fields ground balls with his feet, actually. Just exceptional feet in the rhythm and the clock that he has, the internal clock. Nice play.
All right, Kreidler now, and he takes strike 1. A lot more strikes in this second inning from Jose Quintana. Look at those sideburns.
Awesome. Another look Dillard would look good in.
Agreed.
We had the Vukovic look last night in last night's game, and then the sideburn look. He could pull both of those off easily.
And a frosty beverage. Kreidler line drive and caught by Ortiz, and it's a quick and easy inning on just 9 pitches for Jose Quintana. pleased to be joined down in the Brewers dugout by Quinn Priester. Got the victory last night. 10 innings. You've given up just a 1 run and a 1-hit appearance last night, Quinn. And it's been such a whirlwind for you, just coming from the Red Sox organization. You've been a Brewer for about 10 days now. Have you been able to relax and get those shoulders nice and chill yet, or what?
Yeah, no, it's been, after getting the first one out of the way in Colorado, it's been a good time to just kind of get to know the guys in the clubhouse and get comfortable, being in the clubhouse. And, really fun to be back here in Milwaukee and pitch in front of our fans here and ultimately a lot of family and friends as well.
Yeah, what's it like for you pitching here? You've done it before. You got a win on this ballpark as a member of the Pirates, but being so close to where you grew up, I mean, your high school's 75 miles away, door to door from American Family Field. What's it like pitching here in Milwaukee?
It's really cool. Last night I was able to, like I said, a lot of family and friends were able to come out. My high school coach, Suds, made his way out. And so it's just kind of a cool thing to be able to see people that have meant so much to me and, have really helped me get here, be able to see me perform, in the major leagues. So that's something that's really special, and just being close to home is pretty neat.
Yeah, and you talk about your high school, and so you were not only a standout, obviously, on the baseball field, on the mound, but also on the football field, right? So, I mean, you were a quarterback and then a wide receiver, so clearly there's a lot of athleticism there, and that's part of the reason why the Brewers wanted to acquire you. Definitely.
Yeah, I love playing football. I played, all 4 years. And we ran the triple option, so there wasn't a ton of throwing. But yeah, I got a chance to play some tight end and a little bit of defense too, and just have some fun with my buddies from home and enjoy playing football while I could. But yeah, definitely think that part of my past and the athleticism helps me on the mound.
Well, your athleticism also has helped you make adjustments, quick adjustments. Can you talk a little bit about the things that you've already started to adjust? I mean, you're throwing harder. You're clearly bigger, stronger, and more, sturdy with your build. You put on, 15 pounds. But then also, you've already made some adjustments on the mound. I noticed a little bit of, with the arm, timing the arm up in your delivery. Last night looked unbelievable how quick you made that adjustment and timing it up.
There you go. Yeah, no, I think it's a huge testament to Hookie and our guys, on the pitching side. Our guys on the pitching side that, can really just help, just do things and keep everything external. Like a big thing for me is not thinking about what my hip's doing and what my arm's doing, but, we have like a little band that helps keep the front side a little more closed, which, like you said, just puts me in a better position to be on time. And the more on time I am, that's when, we can get to those, better velocities more effortlessly. We can spin the ball out front a little bit better. The sinker and everything really plays later. Even the cutter plays later. And so the amount of things we've been able to clean up in such a short time is really encouraging. And ultimately now it's just about being consistent, going out and getting a little bit better at that every single time, every single day. I get to touch the baseball, on the mound or not. And then hopefully, we put together a really good body of work, going forward.
How quickly was it when you were acquired that the Brewers organization started to make a couple little subtle adjustments to your recommendations? Was it immediate, or did it take a couple of days for them to, hey, all right, this is what we see, let's try this?
Yeah, definitely starting slow. The first couple days just kind of let me get my feet under me and ultimately just kind of see what the work I was doing looks like. And then after that first start in Colorado, we were able to hone in a couple things that we're going to keep everything external and, just still throwing the ball, not thinking, like I said earlier, about a hip or a shoulder, and just different stimulus to create what we wanted. And ultimately what's nice is all I'm thinking about is throwing the ball and finding the way my body wants to do that the easiest, with different things we're doing, whether it's, throwing the football or using the band or plyo ball. And yeah.
How much trash are you talking to Sal Frelick about both being running quarterbacks?
I didn't know Sal was a quarterback. I got to talk to him about that.
There you go. We got tape of it if you want to see it.
No, that's pretty great. Did they run triple option as well?
They sure did. A lot of option. He barely threw the football, so he was running a ton.
That makes sense. I mean, he's fast guy and really shifty, so that's fun. That's awesome. I got to look up his huddle.
Oh, it's good stuff. He's got really good stuff. Here's 2-2 to Ortiz and Mrs. Lowe. Quinn, thanks for taking a couple of minutes with us today. Continued success, and look forward to getting to know you better and better as the season goes on.
Sounds great, guys. Thanks for having me.
Got it. Thanks, Quinn. Priester joining us. Sal Frelick, football jersey giveaway coming up this weekend. Got Sal's number 10. I don't think Quinn could fit in that jersey. He needs a double X.
He's a big guy.
A huge deal. I can't believe he ran the triple option.
He is. Talk about an athlete. He made a play in Colorado where he got off the mound so quickly.
And that misses wide. Runners are on the corners. And Oliver Dunn is coming to the plate. And he just got his shipment of torpedo bats. I believe they arrived today. And he is using that torpedo bat right now. Sophia, what about the freight that came into play, and now it's game ready, and here we go.
Yeah, fresh out of the box, the torpedo bat from Tucci, and Oliver Dunn told me that he got the same dimensions, same length and width that he would for his normal bat. He did take it into the cage, so he got some reps with it. I mean, a bunt.
And he lays down a perfect squeeze bunt. Torpedo bat or not, it's a run batted in. That's beautiful. Torpedo bat. I'm going to lay down a bunt, pick up a ribby. Those two guys are now talking quarterback play, Priester and Frelick. All right, Sophia, keep going on the torpedo bat.
Well, so he just got it this morning. He took it into the cage, and he said, you know, it is hard to tell a difference just in the cage. He said you'll get a better feel for it when you're taking it out onto the field and you can really see ball flight. But he said you can tell in terms of the contact that you make maybe lower on the barrel when you've got the torpedo bat. So he said, why not try it? Go for it.
Give it a whirl. There's a fly ball to left center, caught by Kreidler, and the inning is over. Brewers get a run on the bunt from the torpedo bat. Subterranean torpedoes, submarine style. 1-0 Brewers. Top of the order coming up for Detroit. First pitch ball. Saw Sal Frelick there. Football jersey. Quinn Priester and Sal Frelick both running the option as quarterbacks. Good stuff. Malloy takes a curveball for a strike.
It's a great looking football jersey. There's a lot of former football players on this roster. Frelick, Priester, Isaac Collins was a running back in high school.
Ground ball to short on one, hop to Ortiz. One away.
I'm sure Quintana played the other version of football.
Football.
Yeah.
I think it just goes to show, Vinny, that the more sports you play, the more athletic you are. And in this time now where there's so much specialization in sports at the youth level, it's great to go out and play everything.
Yeah, it really is.
Different muscles being used, and it's just so much better for you mentally too, I think.
Yeah, I heard stories of Cal Ripken Jr. on his off days during the long streak would go to the local YMCA and play pickup basketball. It obviously wouldn't happen anymore.
Yeah, there's some contract language that prohibits that.
But you learn how to take a fall. You learn how to roll with that turned ankle. You learn, you know, how your body can move in different situations. Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely good for players to play multiple sports.
Reese Hoskins play football. Brandon Woodruff, football player. We can see Bryce Wilson spinning a football. His brother was an NFL draft selection by the Steelers last year. Trevor McGill, a water polo player. I mean, you want to get in shape, go play some water polo. Swimming, probably the best thing you can do for your body.
Especially a pitcher, right? The back muscles, shoulders.
And he can do it forever.
Right. No impact.
2-2 on Gleyber Torres. Fell back. Did you play football as a kid, Vinny?
I played football. I played soccer. Yes, I did.
When did you stop playing soccer?
I played all the way through high school.
Nice.
Racine St. Catherine's High School. Won a couple of state championships.
Of course you did. I love that.
Yeah.
Torres Mistook just outside, 3-2. Another full count for Jose Quintana. Had a 9-pitch second inning. This is going to be the 7th pitch just to Torres right now. And a fly ball to right, sends Frelick back, and he'll make the catch on the warning track. 2 away. And now a quick message from Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Everybody, watch out. Head out of the game, I don't play that back. Everybody, watch out.
2 away for Andy Ibanez. One of 3 walks issued by Quintana in the first. He's settled in now. That's up high, ball 1. Couple of hits and a pair of RBIs in the opener of this series for Ibanez against the left-hander Tyler Alexander. That's fouled away.
Ibanez is a career .278 hitter against lefties. I mean, he's going to have a job a long time in the major leagues. The way he can swing the bat against southpaws. Both him and Gleyber Torres are going to give Jose Quintana problems today, just in terms of how they're seeing the ball against him. Torres hit that hard line drive to right field. 97 off the bat.
Ibanez to left. Chourio. 3 up and 3 down for the first time for Quintana. Perfect. Well done, guys. Well done. 2, 3, and 4 scheduled against Montero, starting with Jackson Chourio. He struck out in the first. And he drives this one foul, taking a hack at that first pitch.
Had his first walk last night to Jackson Chourio.
It was bound to happen eventually,
Yeah.
right?
He'll get on base.
Swing and a miss. Good slider for Montero. It's 0-2 on Chourio. Fly ball in the left. Riley Green is camped. 1 away in this 3rd inning.
Yeah, he just missed that. Slider got off the end a little bit.
Christian Yelich had a base hit. First time around, 3 hits against Montero. Triple 1 away from Garrett Mitchell. Up scoring on that squeeze bunt from Dunn. And Yelich takes in the dirt. Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run leaderboard with faces, just in case you needed them. Jackson Chourio, number 1 on that list, and the trio with 3. Contreras, Turang, and Yelich. Furthest distance on those home runs belongs to Yelich. He's hit some boomers. 465 in Denver. 2 longest homers of his career in Denver.
Yeah, 499 last year, right?
Yep.
Almost 500. That was a great call by you. Into the shrubbery. That was great. Out in center field, they have the, what would you call that? The mountainous terrain?
Nature preserve. It's a
Okay.
nature preserve, right?
Okay.
A babbling brook and trees and ivy. Shrubs.
That's great.
There's Yelich. Out towards right center. And his way back. And gone. Number 4 for Yelich.
Oh, what a shot by Christian Yelich. 404 feet as we're talking about his majestic home runs. He hits them. And take a look who got the baseball right there. 404 feet away, 108 off the bat. Oh, what a shot.
Got our camera crew out there waiting for him. Phil and Rick, Mario, they're all waiting. Phil was the one that ended up giving the baseball away. Good call, boys. Change up right down the middle. This was destroyed.
Oh my goodness. He stayed back on the changeup, kept his hands back over the bullpen.
And Contreras takes outside, a ball and a strike.
Number 4 for Christian. 2 for 2 on the day, starting to heat up.
And barreled both of them. That's the key.
Yep.
Last 3 hits for him have all been on the barrel. Base hit to left last time for Contreras to extend his hitting streak to 10. And takes a low and away. 2 balls and a strike on William Contreras. Now, he can get some homers against Montero. He allowed 19 of them a season ago in just 19 appearances.
Yeah, 98 in the 3rd innings of work. You can see he's aggressive. He kind of throws like a reliever.
This one hit to right, off the end slightly, and it will give a play to Malloy for out number 2.
That's why he gives up so many home runs, is because, again, it's more of a reliever mentality, not looking to set you up, and does not have pinpoint command, although he does throw strikes, doesn't walk many batters. Brewers are looking to do damage against him when he does leave a mistake out over the middle, and Christian Yelich did that.
Sal Frelick took a call, 3rd strike in the 1st, and takes strike 1 from Montero at the top of the zone.
There's a difference between command and control. If you have good control, that means you throw strikes. Doesn't necessarily mean you have great command, meaning you can throw strikes where you want to.
1 ball and 1 strike. I just found something out that I didn't know before, Vinny. That Sal Frelick is the first Brewer of Italian descent since you to wear the number 10.
Oh, wow. That's great. Who found that out?
Ground ball to first, foul.
Well, that's why he put on all that weight in the offseason, right? All that strength from eating his mom's gravy. Oh, there it is right there on the scoreboard. It's right in front of me.
That's how I found out.
Didn't even see that.
Right there. And you're wearing number 10 right now.
This
Look
great
at
looking jersey, but this is Sal's number. I wore it. I was just holding it for Sal. It's his number.
Broken bat and a base hit for Sal Frelick. All that muscle got it past the second baseman Ibanez. And a 2-out single.
Broken bat, 2-out single for Sal. Let's see if he's going to be on the move here to get into scoring position, but sees the ball deep, hits it off the label, and that flat swing allows him to hit a little soft line drive up the middle.
And Rhys Hoskins coming up. Hit the big homer yesterday to get the Brewers on the board, and another run batted in later. 3 hits for Hoskins last night. And takes ball 1. Four for 8 in this series for Rhys Hoskins. Toss to first, and back is Frelick. Another toss to first. That's the second disengagement. See if Frelick takes an extra half a step. Jersey's dirty. He's all set now. Swing and a miss. Rhys Hoskins yesterday, home run number 1 for Rhys.
That was a majestic shot, too. 440-foot bomb into the power alley. Good to get the monkey off his back.
Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run number 1. This one jammed foul. How are we not talking about the catch that guy made on that home run, too? That ball was clobbered, and just a bare hand palmed it.
Yeah.
Great catch by that
Impressive.
fan.
Super impressive. Can't work on that, you know? You just got to go for it.
Hope and pray. That's it. 1-2. And a fly ball to right center. Malloy is back, and this one is gone again for Hoskins. Second home run of the inning. The Brewers are up 4.
Back-to-back days with a home run for Rhys Hoskins. 391 feet. Got enough of it. Drove it out to right center. Oh, what a good sign that Rhys is starting to swing a really hot bat. Driving the ball now. Oh, that's big for this offense. 4-0 Brewers.
Came on a 1-2 pitch. Fastball away, and he went right with it.
Yeah, Montero, we just talked about how many home runs he gave up last year. Giving some up today. Oh, such a pretty right-handed swing, right? Level through the ball, drives it out to right center into the bullpen. Stays through the ball so well, Rhys Hoskins. Extends through the baseball.
Garrett Mitchell committed on that curveball. It's 0-1 on Garrett Mitchell. You mentioned it last night, one of the most beautiful right-handed swings in baseball.
Usually you don't say that's a pretty right-handed swing, but Rhys Hoskins has a really nice right-handed swing. So balanced, so fluid and easy. It's usually the lefties that have those really pretty swings.
The youngsters with the first home run ball perched right there. Guessing one of them is going to be the guest announcer, the junior announcer next inning. So you get out there on the point, you get a home run ball immediately. What a deal.
Who gets it though? Which one gets it?
Maybe they'll alternate.
Yeah, maybe.
Have to find out. Stay tuned. It's called a big league tease. Garrett Mitchell to right field. Malloy backpedaling and makes a catch. He just missed that one. Brewers hit a couple of homers. First, it was Yelich into the Toyota. That was number 4 for him. Hoskins goes the other way, his second in as many nights.
The last inning, and some better news for the Brewers as Brandon Woodruff will continue his rehab assignment, working his way back from shoulder surgery. He is scheduled to pitch Friday night with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. He last started Saturday with the Nashville Sounds. He went 3 2/3 innings, and he was able to get that pitch count up to 66 pitches, guys. 95 miles per hour for him on the velocity. He was sitting 92 to 93. So Brandon Woodruff, he'll be on assignment there in Appleton. If you don't have plans in Appleton, you can go see Brandon Woodruff with the Timber Rattlers. Will be great to see him continue building up that pitch count.
Thank you so much, Sophia. And surprised that home run didn't hit you out there in the Toyota territory. Right in position. There's Brandon Woodruff. Heard Matt Arnold talking last night with us that they've had to back him off some because he's so rip-roaring and ready to go. Just want to make sure that they do this rehab responsibly and don't gear him up too much before he's ready.
You know, he's chomping at the bit to get back out there and compete on a big league mound. It's been a while. He talks about how he missed the entire season last year, how he doesn't really even remember it. Just a whole missed year for Brandon Woodruff, and no one's going to be more excited than Brandon Woodruff to take the mound again real soon for the Milwaukee Brewers.
You got to imagine it's going to be very emotional first time he does it too.
Right. I mean, he talked about it being emotional even in spring training, getting back on a mound, throwing to his teammates.
Swing and a miss. Quintana strikes out Torkelson. First strikeout for Quintana.
Hey, join the Brewers on Friday for Peanuts Night to celebrate the iconic TV and comic series. Each special theme night ticket includes a Franklin bobblehead. Get your tickets today at brewers.com/theme nights.
Riley Green at the plate, bounced to first base. Back in the first inning. And that is slightly wide for ball 1. We've been looking at this Franklin bobblehead for a while. 75 years celebrating the Peanuts comic strip. And the first thing that comes to my mind when I see this bobblehead. So you can see it here. See? Vinny, this used to be your haircut style.
It did. I changed it up. I had to. I looked like a teenager before.
You've come a long way. It looks wonderful.
Yeah,
now.
thanks.
You've done a great job. You ditched the bowl. And
a little more professional.
he's all grown up.
Jeff, you are something else, buddy.
You're the best. Vinny.
Oh, you're the best partner.
No. This is fun. This is a great bobblehead. It's a great bobblehead. We had Snoopy a couple years ago. Of course, Charlie Brown. I feel like we have a Peanuts themed bobblehead every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3-1 to Green. And he's in there for a strike. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And you know why Brock's favorite character is the guy that plays piano, right?
Well, I can only assume, Vinny. Why don't you tell
It's
me?
Schroeder, because they share the same name.
Given. Rolled to first base, foul. You know, for a long time, that was his walk-up music.
That's right.
Because he
Stadium.
couldn't pick it. So they would do the Peanuts theme song. Really still the fear of him coming to the plate to the opposition.
That was before there was really walk-up songs, right? I mean, that was back in County Stadium in the 80s.
Yep.
Used to watch Rock play.
Green fouls it away. What was your walk-up song? Or did you have multiples?
Seven Nation Army.
Okay.
By the White Stripes.
Nice.
Good one.
That's a good one. Hear that in sports venues all around.
Yeah, right.
All fastballs in this sequence. Pitch number 8 to Green. And it's fouled away through another sinker.
Yeah, clearly the aim here is for Jose Quintana not to walk Riley Green. Riley Green's been really struggling at the plate. 1 for his last 27. Check that, 1 for his last 28.
Hitless on this road trip. Here comes Quintana. Another 3-2. Got him. He finally threw a wrinkle, and he strikes out Riley Green.
Yeah, what a gutsy call right here. Smart call, I should say. Just all fastballs, and then he throws a really good sweeper to the lefty Riley Green, who runs out of barrel. Records the second strikeout of the game, does Quintana.
Tigers had just 1 hit last night for the entire game. They have just 1 hit so far. It was Baez infield single in the second. And he hits a bullet back up the middle. He's 2 for 2 against Quintana, his former teammate. First pitch swinging at a changeup.
Yeah, changeup. Just too much middle, and Javi Baez waiting for it. Yeah, barrels it up right back up the middle.
Baez a couple of base hits. See the usage so far.
Yeah, he mixes it up well, and he sets everything up with that good sinker. It's the one slurve. Only throws that to left-handers.
Tomas Nido base hit. His first hit as a Tiger in 2025. And back-to-back knocks with 2 outs sets the stage for Trey Sweeney.
Yeah, jumping on that first pitch changeup does Tomas Nido. Same thing that Javi Baez did. Yeah, pretty good swing, hits the barrel, and Tigers have something going here, first and second.
Well, Nido caught Jose Quintana 3 times as they were both members of the Mets for the last couple of seasons. It certainly helps as a hitter at times. It can also lock you up because you know what they're going to do, and then you're thinking something and he does something else.
Right.
Trey Sweeney bounced out to second base. It was a good play by Bryce Terang back in the second. (2-0) on Sweeney.
Sweeney in 2024 didn't play much against lefties. Hit .223 against left-handers. Getting the start today. This is a big spot in the game right here. Shut down this rally by the Tigers.
And that's a strike on the corner. 2-1 on Sweeney. 2 for 14 on this road trip for Detroit. Started in Minneapolis. Three and one. Not as pinpoint with his command tonight for Quintana, or I should say this afternoon.
A little bit elusive. Coming and going is the command. Certainly not in this at bat.
69 pitches. He's thrown 39 strikes, 30 balls. He's had to work hard to get that ratio back after a tough first inning, too. Careful on 3-1 to Sweeney. Bouncer to first. Hoskins has it. Quintana covering the bag. And he gets out of the inning. Another 0 for Jose Quintana. For your service. Joey Ortiz leads it off. First pitch swinging and misses. It's 0-1. And we've got a special guest sitting with Sophia Minnaert. Man who threw the first pitch today. Sophia, take it away with our honorary guest.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, what an honor to sit here with Ed McClavic. And Ed, you were recognized before the game. You recently celebrated your 105th birthday, the second oldest survivor of Pearl Harbor. 5 years for you in the Air Force during World War II. What did it mean to you to be here at the ballpark today and be recognized and spend some time with the team before the game?
Best day of my life. Wonderful. And I look forward to it since I found out it was coming here. Made some hectic night to sleep, so thinking about it. But here I am.
Here you are, and what an honor it is to have you here. You spent some time with Pat Murphy and the team. You told me you've been to this ballpark many times as a fan, but Mr. McClavic, what do you want us to know about your time serving in the military, especially during World War II?
It was a great honor to serve the greatest country in the world.
We're getting a look at your first pitch here. Were you nervous?
It was just, I sat too long before I got out the door. It didn't help me. I normally walk a lot, and I don't have a problem, but when I sit a long time, my muscles forget. So that's what happened.
Well, you did great. It looked like a strike to us. You know, it's so special to have you here at the ballpark, and you just turned 105 here in April. How do you keep yourself going? What keeps you young?
I said before, diet and exercise, and the biggest factor in exercise. I walked, and that's what kept me alive.
Well, thank you so much for sharing some time with us today. We are incredibly grateful to you for your service, and happy belated birthday. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, what a true American hero. What a pleasure to have him here.
No doubt about that. Thank you so much, Sophia. I hope he has the best day here at the ballpark, and Brewers, who've got a 4-0 lead, will take that into the 5th inning. Edward McClavic, 105 years old. What a treat to have him with us today.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet recently,
Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Quintana goes back out there for the 5th inning. 9-1-2 coming up for Detroit. Command has not been as pinpoint today, but still 4 scoreless innings. He's allowed just 3 hits. Crackler fouls it away.
I mean, he just never gives in, right? I mean, even if his command isn't as pinpoint, Jeff, he just continues to try to grind through at bats. He stays in the moment. What a treat to watch, and it's going to be great for these young kids to watch how he operates.
2 balls and a strike. When we had Quinn Priester, I wanted to ask him, but the inning was getting a little testy with 2 outs. Just what he has learned being around a guy like Quintana or Brandon Woodruff, who's been bouncing in and out, or even an Aaron Savali, guys that have been able to pitch at the big leagues. Freddie Peralta at a very high level and just being a sponge and absorbing all of that knowledge.
He's going to teach these guys, even if it's Freddie Peralta, who's got a long big league track record at this point. He's going to teach these guys a lot of things about pitching, little nuances that he's picked up over the years.
There's strike 3 call on the inside corner, through the sinker. Picks up his 3rd strikeout.
That is a thing of beauty right here. This is the last pitch that Kreidler is looking for. Just gets tied up inside, cannot even pull the trigger. That ball is on you so quick, even though it's only 89. Just because you're looking out over the plate.
So those 26 pitches in the first inning, he walked 3 batters. He has not walked a man since. Sometimes you go out there for the first inning and you're still trying to find it. And that's what it was for Quintana in that first. Got the double play, second batter in, walked 2 more hitters, but he's been pretty darn good since then.
Yeah, you don't want a guy like Jose Quintana to be able to settle into a start. How many times have we seen that over the years against the Milwaukee Brewers, right? You have him on the ropes a little bit in the first or second inning, and then you don't get anything, and all of a sudden he's going 6 or 7 shutout or 1-run ball just because you allowed him to settle in.
2 on to Malloy, ground ball right to Bryce Terang. He throws him out. 2 quick outs in the 5th.
Yeah, pitching with a lead also, right? He's just going to continue to attack hitters.
3rd time through. Gleyber Torres hit into a double play and he lined to right.
He'd love a quick at bat here. 80 pitches into this outing. He knows that Gleyber's seeing the ball off him.
Dropped low. He's thrown a couple of tantalizing pitches to open up this sequence with Torres.
Yeah, he's seeing it.
Popped him up. Going to be a quick inning for Quintana. Ortiz being called off by Churriel. Almost lost his cap. It's a 3-up and 3-down inning for Jose Quintana. Get old. Well, Jackson Churriel leads it off against Montero in the bottom of the 5th inning, looking to add to this 4-0 advantage. A couple of home runs and a 3-run 3rd. Yelich and Hoskins. Yelich due up next. Did he commit? Yes, he did. John Bacon down at first base. Oh for 2 for Churriel. Strikeout and a fly out to left. Ooh, wide strike with a slider, 1-2. Just 1 for 10 in the series for Jackson Churriel. Had a base hit against Tarek Skubal in his last at bat against the Cy Young Award winner on Monday.
He's 1 for his last 15.
Swing and a miss. He chased the slider. Steady diet of off-speed stuff. Another strikeout for Montero. That's his 6th.
Yeah, this is when Jackson Churriel is actually not at his best, when he's seemingly trying to pull the ball a little bit. It's best when he's staying on those sliders, taking those sliders below the zone, trying to hit the fastball the other way.
Now it's Yelich homered his last time. And it takes strike 1. Zone starting to expand just slightly as this game progresses. And strike 2.
You got to question yourself as an umpire when Christian Yelich disagrees with both calls that you made to start the at bat. Yelich knows the strike zone better than anybody.
Oh, 2 and a check swing, and he held up. 1 ball and 2 strikes. still hasn't seen a pitch in the zone.
Right.
But down to the count 1-2 and just beating the pitch timer. Montero throws low. Another check swing. Didn't go.
Yeah, you could feel that Tomas Nido and Montero both know what Christian Yelich, how hot he is right now. 3 for his last 3. They're trying to be very careful.
And that's on the ground, foul. Check out today's StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Yelich hitting this home run a couple of innings ago. 108 off the bat, 34-degree launch angle. Look at that roller coaster. Beautiful.
404 feet right at the point, right field. The youngsters got that ball.
And that's driven down the left field line, foul.
He's getting close to being locked in, isn't he? I mean, just the way that he is taking pitches, the way he's fouling pitches off.
Even that foul ball was barreled by Yelich. Another 2-2 from Montero. And strike 3 called. 3 pitches that were called that were not in the zone. And Pat Murphy knows the same thing. Tough AB right there for Yelich.
That's a bad break. I mean, again, no one knows the strike zone better than Christian Yelich. And all 3 pitches, like you said, Jeff, that were called strikes were balls. That's a bad break.
Contreras to the plate after back-to-back Ks and takes ball 1.
Hey, look at this slider that goes below the zone. Well presented by Nido, but not a strike.
Pat Murphy asking Adam Beck diplomatically to get going. That one fouled off of the helmet of William Contreras.
Especially as you start to gain that momentum and that good feeling at the plate, and then you get the bat taken out of your hands by the umpire.
Murph's still going.
He's not happy.
Listen, umpires are human. They're close pitches, there's no doubt.
Sure.
Pitchers' pitches, but one and 2.
Look, this is an important game, and the Brewers certainly want to add on to this 4-0 lead. Get the bat taken out of your hands right there.
And for a guy like Christian Yelich, who's swinging the bat better than the numbers would indicate,
right,
and you really start to feel good, nothing you can do. That's one of those moments where control the controllables.
Right. Yeah, you want to get the results too, right? I mean, just to gain that confidence. Everyone's human. As much as you try to focus on the process.
Swing and a miss. Montero strikes out the side in the 5th. On our way to the 6th. Brewers up 4-0. Aurora Healthcare, Brewers starting pitchers. They've got 3 starts with 5 or more innings. 1 hit or less this season. That's time for the big league lead. Mr. Cortez did it. Tyler Alexander did it. It was no hits. And then last night, Quinn Priester. 5+ innings of 1-hit baseball. Quintana's given up just 3 hits today, all singles. And he's going out there for inning number 6. 83 pitches for him. We talked about it a couple of nights ago, Vinny, the appearance from Elvin Rodriguez in game 1 of this series. Brewers were down big. They were down 8-0. Rodriguez throws the final 5 innings of that game and saved the bullpen. That can save you for an entire week.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be understated what Elvin Rodriguez was able to do in game 1 of this series. 5 innings. Yeah, just gave everybody a rest. There's a day off tomorrow. That's a bullpen saver.
Last night getting the 5+ from Priester, Koenig getting in a 3rd, Uribe 2/3, Mears, and then Grant Anderson. You haven't needed Trevor McGill since Saturday. He may work today, regardless of the score, with the off day tomorrow.
Right, he's going to need one. Off day tomorrow, just try to get that confidence back as well. Remember that tough loss last time he threw against the Diamondbacks after leading 4-0 in the bottom of the 9th.
Ibanez, a high fly to left. Churio settles under it. The first out of the inning.
Hey, today's Tavern of the Game winner is Rick's Halfway Bar and Hall in Cadott. If the Tavern calls the Milwaukee Brewers by 10 a.m. tomorrow, they will receive 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer is courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Cold beverages and the Brewers are on at Cadott. Torkelson out to right center. Long run for Mitchell. It is over the wall and gone. The shutout is gone as Torkelson hits his 6th of the year. Just did creep over the yellow line.
That was a hard shot by Spencer Torkelson, who has had a resurgence with the bat this season. Just did 10 home runs last year, was sent down, option. Wasn't even a guarantee to make the team, and he rides that shot out of here. Solo home run in the 6th for the Tigers. Jumps on the first pitch, stays through it, drives it out of here to right center.
Just over that yellow line. First run scored for the Tigers since the 5th inning Monday. Strike one on Riley Green.
I heard an unbelievable stat last night. So in the 9 wins that the Brewers have, as we take a look at the pitches by inning for Quintana, been very efficient since the 1st. But in the 9 wins, they've given up a total of 9 runs coming into today.
The losses, different story
Yeah.
in terms of runs allowed. A lot of drastics, right? You haven't had a lot of close games this year. Handful, but not as many as years past. But Trevor McGill's only got 2 save opportunities. One ball and 2 strikes on Green.
Yeah, imagine that. Christian Yelich is going to have something to say about that call right there, and Pat Murphy as well.
Let's see where Quintana goes. 1-2. No bite. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Last year, going back to that point, last year the Brewers played the 3rd most games in games that were decided by 3 runs, and they just played a ton of competitive games. To your point, Jeff, really close games, relied on their bullpen, relied on their defense and their team speed.
I'm sure it'll all even out over the course of the season as Green goes down swinging again. 4th strikeout for Quintana for 5 2/3 innings. And the hitter will be Baez. He's 2 for 2. Here's that last fastball, got it by Green.
Yeah, good thing that Riley Green is not seeing the ball right now very well, because that is a fastball right down the middle at 89 that he just missed.
Baez has been attacking early in counts. And a first pitch ball outside. Baez, who's got his left blinker on. Swing and a miss. Big cut. 1-1. Left blinker being the left pocket out of his pants. There it is. Left blinker.
Usually the umpire tells you to tuck that back in.
1-2.
In case there would be a pitch behind him, then we get hit by the pitch. It would be a hit by the pitch if it hits that pocket.
Baez uses his timeout. 3 hits in the series for Baez. Jammed him foul, but got in his kitchen there.
Not sure how he even made contact with the ball. He swung so late.
1-2. Poked foul. He takes some of the most awkward looking swings and chases pitches that who knows where they end up, but then he'll make some contact with pitches that are in the other batter's box.
Just like that one. As a pitcher, you're wondering, you really want me to throw it there against Javi Baez? It's hard to trust it to throw it that far outside and below the zone.
Pitch number 100 for Quintana. And a ground ball to first, backhanded by Hoskins. Race to the bag, and Hoskins led him too far, and it goes into the dugout. I'm going to say that the ball did not roll into the dugout somehow, some way. Ball just had popped back out. Hoskins just leading Quintana too much on this throw.
Just a bad throw by Hoskins, and Quintana not able to get it too far out in front of him.
And that, unfortunately, is going to end the day for Quintana. 100 pitches on the nose, and Abner Uribe is going to come in. Just a 3-run ball game. Pat Murphy makes the call to the pen. Tomas Nido facing Abner Uribe. Vinny, let's go inside the play. Brought to you by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. The afternoon from Jose Quintana, start number 2 of the Brewers.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. Both starts so far. Didn't have it early on the command, but certainly was able to settle in. 14 of 24 first pitch strikes. This is just a ho-hum Jose Quintana type of day right here.
100 pitches right on the nose. E3 extending the inning, and Colt Keith is pinch hitting against Abner Uribe. Uribe misses inside with a slider. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitched in last night's game, 2/3 of an inning. And got both, including a strikeout. That's high, 2-0. Gruber Law Offices, 1 call, that's all, call to the pen. And Uribe used a ton since coming off the suspension to start the year.
Yeah, 4-game suspension to start the year. 8 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up just the 1 earned run, 9 punch outs.
And that one's a base hit back up the middle. It spun the cap of Uribe. And now the tying run is coming up just like that for Detroit.
It's so important for Abner Uribe to get ahead in counts. 2-0. You know he's coming with the sinker, even with the velocity. I say big leaguers can time up a jet plane, and that's what Colt Keith does. Wraps it back up the middle for a base hit, first and second.
Trey Sweeney 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs, trying to pitch around that error by Rhys Hoskins, and that is a strike on the inside corner at 99. A home run in the inning by Spencer Torkelson, the only earned run there will be in this inning. That is fouled. It's 0-2. Hopefully the only run that is allowed in the inning. Quintana looking on at Abner Uribe, trying to get out of this 6th. Got him, locked him up with a slider, and look at that smile from Abner Uribe. He strands a pair. Brewers have a 4-1 lead, and he knew it. To face Montero, who's going back out for the 6th inning. A couple of changes defensively for Detroit. Get you those in a moment as Montero throws to Frelick, and it's a strike. Yeah. Not caught by Dingler, who's the new catcher. Andy Ibanez moved over to 3rd. Frelick, a fly ball, deep right center. It's back and gone for Sal. for Frelick. Second homer on a changeup today for the Brewers.
Yeah, third home run hit off Montero. How about Sal Frelick? Hit 2 home runs last year, and he gets his first one of the season right here. 101 miles per hour off of the bat. He put a charge into that one into right center field. Good job by Sal to extend the lead. Good swing.
Hit those home runs last season, the regular year, in back-to-back games against the Pirates in May. Didn't hit another one until Game 3 of the wild card series as part of back-to-back homers with Bowers. 1-0 to Hoskins. A swing and a miss.
That's right. Wasn't it back-to-back at bats too, from one game to the next in May? Sal's talked about how he wants to be more aggressive earlier in the count. Showed that there.
Hoskins into left, a base hit. Rhys Hoskins with another multi-hit game. Let's go back to Sal Frelick, getting this changeup out away from him and driving it to right center.
Yeah, Montero, that's not his best pitch, the changeup. He hangs it. Yelich hit the changeup out as well. Hangs it to Sal and does not miss it. Barrels it up and hits it out into Toyota territory.
Almost like it had a magnet for his glove. He's been out there a ton. He catches a lot of those home run balls. Pitching change. Brewers are up by 4 and looking for more in the bottom of the 6th. Montero's day is done. He's responsible for the runner at first base. Brant Herter takes over on the mound. The left-hander, one of 2 in that pen for Detroit. Mitchell tries to bunt. Herter has it and throws low to first. Torkelson picks it up. And Mitchell is out, trying to bunt for a base hit. 1 away. The numbers for Herter, Vinny.
Take a look at Herter. Big 6'6" left-hander. Does a really nice job against lefties with a sweeper and a heater, but also has good numbers against right-handers. Has given up runs in 3 out of 4 outings so far this season. And serving as kind of a bulk reliever for the Detroit Tigers.
Ortiz 0 for 1 with a walk today. And look out, inside ball 1. I told you the defensive changes. Baez out in center. Keith at second base. Ibanez moved to third. Dingler catching. And that's a strike. Not quite a spring training line change, just shifting of positions. Kreidler out of the game. Ortiz straightaway center. Baez is on the run. Baez is there and makes the catch on the warning track. And back to second goes Hoskins.
Ortiz stays back nicely on a changeup from Herter. He just didn't quite get it. 97 exit velocity off the bat, but yeah, just off the barrel. Take a look at Baez. Pretty good out there in center field. Has never played center field before this season and runs it down.
Just his 3rd ever game in center field in the big leagues. As Vinny Capra is going to pinch hit. And Capra takes strike 1. Hitting for Oliver Dunn, who had a sacrifice and a ground out. That looks like a torpedo bat-ish. Went fouled away.
I believe Dunn was the only one that was going to use it in game so far. I believe that's what I've heard, but never know. Vinny Capra could have just grabbed Oliver Dunn's bat and gone up there.
Kind of has that bowling pin look to it. On the ground to short. Sweeney throws him out and the inning ends. Brewers get 1 home run by Sal Frelick. Back to a 4-run lead as we go to the 7th. From Jose Quintana, 5 2/3 innings of 1-run ball. Brewers fit 3 homers, including Hoskins and Yelich. Grant Anderson back out of the Brewers bullpen to face Dingler. And he throws strike one. He's been used a lot. 3 appearances the last 4 games.
He threw in last night's ball game an inning of work through 12 pitches in that one. Look at the ERA though. He's starting to trend upward. And being a guy that clearly Pat Murphy is trusting as he continues to gain momentum in his season.
Got that funky delivery, and all right-handers. Dunn out of the ball game. Capra is now over at third base, and a swing and a miss. Anderson strikes out Dingler.
That was a good little slider right here. That frisbee slider from down under from Grant Anderson actually backs up on him a little bit, and Dingler just swings right through it.
Going to get a pinch hitter for Justin Henry Malloy. There's the arsenal for Grant Anderson. Kerry Carpenter off the bench, and Carpenter lines one into right, a base hit. Frelick cuts it off and holds Carpenter to a single, but a pinch hit single for Carpenter. A 1-out base runner with a 4-run lead for Milwaukee.
As first pitch changeup from Grant Anderson to the dangerous Kerry Carpenter, who hammers right-handed pitching, and it's right down the middle. Yeah, it's a line drive into right field for a 1-out base hit for the Tigers.
Gleyber Torres 0 for 3 and takes strike one. There's that frisbee slider. Didn't like that call. Asked Christian Yelich about his AB a couple of minutes ago. And strike two. Same exact pitch, same location. Go 3 in a row.
Yeah, look at this pitch right here. Same exact pitch, like you said, Jeff, right at the knees at the bottom of the zone. It's not a ball, Gleyber. Expand a little bit, maybe. You can go 3 in a row right here. We'll try and get cute.
0-2. And that was wide. Not going to chase that. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
This is where you could go fake shake 3 times in a row and then throw the same pitch.
And he locked him up with a fastball at the knees, and Torres not happy about it. And A.J. Hinch quickly out of the dugout to protect Gleyber.
I mean, he's going to look back at the video at all 3 of those pitches and be like, okay, those were strikes. After arguing every single one of them, that was perfectly located. After 3 sliders, throws a perfectly located sinker at the bottom of the knees for strike 3 against Gleyber Torres, who had been swinging the bat well today.
We'll see another pinch hitter. So the bench is now empty for the Detroit Tigers. Zach McKinstry comes off the bench to hit.
This is what A.J. Hinch does. Plays matchups. Platoons a lot of players. Puts guys in spots where they can succeed.
McKinstry takes down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Going to have to figure out some defensive alignments here. That'll be fun. Down and away. 2 balls, no strikes on McKinstry. Started the first 2 games out in right field. It was 0 for 1 with 2 walks last night. 1 for 5 in this series. Fouled away. Tigers have had some base runners today. Stranded 7. Just 2 clean innings from Quintana. It's wide. 3 balls and a strike.
That's the beauty of Jose Quintana, right? Even when he's in trouble, that's when he really sharpens his focus and his command. Makes pitches on you when it matters most. That's what we saw today.
That miss, so a walk. Pinch hit walk by McKinstry. So the two lefties that have pinch hit are on base as Jared Koenig starts to loosen in the Brewers pen, and Chris Hook is out to chat with Grant Anderson before the sequence with Torkelson.
Hey, join the Brewers this Friday for Peanuts Night to celebrate the iconic TV and comic series. Each special theme night ticket includes a Franklin bobblehead. Get your tickets today at brewers.com/theme nights.
Oakland Athletics coming to town for a 3-game series. The former Oakland Athletics, now just the Athletics or the A's.
Yeah, they're playing their games now in Sacramento, Jeff.
Yes, they are.
That's
We'll talk plenty about it over the weekend.
Yes, we will.
Temporary residence in Sacramento, West Sacramento, to be exact. Torkelson hits it foul against Anderson.
Yeah, Chris Hook comes out for that mound meeting just to give Grant Anderson maybe a couple of cues with his delivery, but more so how to attack Spencer Torkelson, who's been taking very good swings in the entire series. Just one home run to show for it.
It's his only base hit in the series, the homer, and takes the frisbee for a strike, and the Brewers got the benefit of that low strike there.
Well, as long as you're calling it both ways, right? That's the pitch that Christian Yelich was upset about, and so was Pat Murphy, that Grant Anderson gets right there. Good job by William to present it.
So it's 0-2 on Torkelson. Struck him out with a frisbee. Anderson puts up a 0 in the top of the 7th inning. It's time to stretch in Milwaukee. They've got a 5-1 lead against the Tigers, trying to win a series. To lead it off. Herder still out there for Detroit. First pitch is strike 1. Turang in the leadoff spot today, 0 for 3. Quick 0-2 on Turang. Brewers trying to win yet another series. Lost just 2 series this season. Had the 3-game set wrapped up against Arizona, a 9th inning that went awry. Trying to bounce back with a series win against a winning team in Detroit. Turang fouls it away.
This is a big game to finish off and win right here, as we see Kerry Carpenter enter into the game after that pinch hit at bat and right, Zach McKinstry over at third. But this is just a big series to win after dropping that heartbreaker of a series to the Diamondbacks. It takes a lot out of your ball club to blow that 4-run lead and then lose it the next day as well, lose the lead. And then all of a sudden you have to face the best pitcher in baseball in Skubal.
Ooh, check swing foul. Emergency right there by Turang just to get out of the way. And the Brewers were pretty open and honest about it. Pat Murphy and some of the pillars, the veteran guys, they were frustrated after the series loss in Arizona. And then you have to face Skubal, as you mentioned, and the frustrations almost boiled over to the point where, all right, last night was a nice tension breaker.
Right. Right. And again, if you can finish this one off, that's really going to let the pressure out from the clubhouse. You can see.
Bouncer back to Herder. Step, a throw low, and it's down the right field line. Turang is headed for second, and he'll be there standing.
Herder has trouble fielding his position because he almost threw that ball low on the sac bunt by Garrett Mitchell last inning. Clearly the scouting report is if you hit one back to him, run it out, because he might do that right there. And all of a sudden, Bryce Turang's on second base with nobody out to lead off the inning.
Chance to add on, up by 4. And he got the beef in the order. Jackson Chourio 0 for 3. Corners are in for Detroit. First pitch hack and a foul ball. Talk about a guy who is ready to hit in the on-deck circle. Chourio to right. Back is Carpenter to make the catch. Tagging and going to third is Terang. An effective team AB and a hard hit ball by Chourio. Check out today's Potawatomi Casino Hotel advanced stat. The Brewers, the best interleague records amongst Major League teams since 2022. They are number 2 behind the Los Angeles Dodgers, ahead of the Braves and ahead of the Rays. It's amazing that you got 3 National League teams over the last 3 years that have been dominating interleague play.
Yeah, I think the National League is just a little stronger than the American League overall. Brewers have just been one of the best teams, period, since 2022. Even longer than that, right? I mean, 6 out of the last 7 years making the playoffs. Here's the banners.
Division champs 3 of the last 4 years. Yelich fouls it into the glove of Dingler. 0-2 on Christian Yelich, who's homered, singled, and then struck out looking in the 5th. Put a star next to that one.
Yeah, questionable.
And that's strike 3 call. That's a good pitch from Herder.
Yeah, Yelich knew it. Slider at the bottom. Yeah, just a good pitch from Herder, like you said, Jeff. With 2 strikes, that's tough. Big 6'6" lefty, extending down the mound, and throws a sharp slider for strike 3.
Will not see a matchup with William Contreras, as he will be intentionally walked and set up a matchup with Sal Frelick, who's 2 for 3. Singled in the 3rd and then homered for the first time this year in the 6th. Brewers have lefties up, Koenig and Hudson. 2 lefties scheduled in the 8th inning. And no bench players for A.J. Hinch to go to anymore. Runner goes, and the throw will not happen from Dingler. Nobody even covering second base. It's a steal for William. Saw some really low throws from Dingler yesterday.
And 4 stolen bases against Dylan Dingler in yesterday's game.
It's Will Vest, right-hander, playing catch in the Tigers bullpen. And that is inside, apparently. 2 balls, no strikes on Sal Frelick.
Yeah, you ready here, right here, Sal. Base hit could be a backbreaker.
It's wide, 3-0. Sal's done a really good job against lefties so far this year.
Yeah, 9 for 27. That's a .333 average with a double of 3 walks.
Taking all the way and taking a strike, but very similar to the pitch that was called for ball 2. Either way, it's 3-1 and still a good hitter's count for Frelick. Broken back ground ball hit to short. Sweeney throws him out and the inning ends. No runs, couple left. On to the 8th in Milwaukee.
.com/BCF. The proceeds will benefit the work of BCF's efforts to positively impact the lives of children and their families here in Greater Milwaukee and across the state. So good way to support BCF. Get those scoreboard messages out there.
2-for-1 deal. Thank you so much, Sophia. Message and a donation. A+. Jared Koenig is on out of the Brewers bullpen. Riley Green pops it up. Third base side. Vinny Capra. 1 pitch, 1 out. A lot of work for Jared Koenig in the early going.
Yeah, this is his 10th appearance. He's had 8 in a row scoreless. He's been throwing the ball really well, including last night in an inning in the 3rd of work. Was up to 98 with the heater. Big first out right there against Riley Green.
There's Baez. He's been on base all 3 times, 2 singles, and then reached on an error back in the 6th. Takes strike 1. Baez, who's now in center field for Detroit, started the game at 3rd. Strike 2. 6-year deal to go to Detroit. Just finished up year number 3. This is his 4th year, so 2 more years after this. A lot of money committed to Javier Baez.
Yeah, he's a utility player now. He's off to a better start this season. He's embracing the role.
Ball's going to be in the dirt.
He still chases balls down out of the zone, especially with 2 strikes. He's trying to be more patient earlier in the at bat. It is his 12th season from Puerto Rico, one of the best players in baseball a few years back with the Cubs.
0-2 fouled away. As dynamic a player as there was in the sport for a few years.
Yeah, really was.
As part of the mass exodus from Chicago, Rizzo and Bryant all leaving at the same time. 0-2 is in tight. Finished up that season with the Mets and then signed the big deal with Detroit. That's low with a changeup. Rolled foul again. Curveball that may have hit him in the back foot.
He's swinging. He's anything below the zone that's spinning. You're going to get a swing from Javi Baez. Seems to be picking up the changeup okay. Seven
pitches in the AB. Number 8 is a called 3rd strike on the inside corner. Koenig catches Baez looking.
Yeah, you could see that William wanted this pitch. He didn't want to spin another breaking ball. He said, let's go ahead and get him out right here with the sinker. Spots it up at the bottom part of the zone at 95.
Perfect pitch.
I'm not sure what Javi is pointing at right there.
Looking up at the scoreboard. I don't like my headshot. I need to take a new picture.
The fun fact was incorrect about me. I don't know if they had one up for his AB.
Colt Keith ground ball second base. Terang, nice adjustment with the feet, throws him out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jared Koenig in inning number 8.
Ball not too shabby. Lots of kids on hand here, and they've enjoyed this one. Brewers up 5-1 going to the bottom of the 8th. We're at the Gerber Law Offices. One call. That's all sports desk. Getting set, of course, for Brewers Live postgame presented by Freighter at the Medical College of Wisconsin. What would you like to discuss today?
I mean, you look at the runs scored. There's 6. 5 of those have been from home runs. It's been home run day here at American Family Field. Reese Hoskins with another in back-to-back days. That's really good.
So Bowers is pinch hitting for him here, and the Brewers enjoying this one. So we're going to hear post-game comments. Sophia's going to have some interviews on the field, and of course we'll hear from Pat Murphy and get you set after the day off Thursday for the A's. Just the A's is what we call them coming to town. Freddie Peralta. The athletic A's.
They're very athletic, the
Yes.
A's. They are. Good call, Krager. There's a swing and a miss by Bowers, pinch hitting against Will Vest, and Bowers gone on strikes. 1 up and 1 down in this 8th inning. Garrett Mitchell's coming up. Will Vest, one of the Tigers' often used guys out of that bullpen. Great numbers for him.
Yeah, this 5 in a row already scoreless appearances for Will Vest. Big fastball 97. We just saw him utilize that against Jake Bowers. 1.59 ERA so far early on.
There's Trevor McGill getting ready. Remember back in Arizona, game that was a a lead of 4-0. The Brewers decided to go to Yoel Payamps in the situation and then brought Trevor McGill in once the inning started to go a bit haywire. Brewers ended up losing that game 5-4. McGill is up. He needs to throw. Good day for him to do it.
Get day off tomorrow. Good to get him back. Give him a little confidence going into that day off and into that series against the Athletics.
Mitchell sprays it foul. 2-2. Tigers with just 1 run in the last 2 games after they took the opener by a 9-1 final. Swing and a miss, and Mitchell gone on strikes. Another heater. Vest 2 Ks.
A good heater, good fastball from Will Vest. We've seen Garrett Mitchell take better swings on fastballs his last couple of games, but that one just too much ride on it. Gets it by him.
There's Ortiz. Had a good pass and a deep fly ball to center in the 6th. 2 out of 10 in this series with a couple of RBIs.
Just starting to see the bats come alive, though, Jeff, right? In these last couple of games. Such a good sign. Some of the middle of the order bats that they're waiting on. So important for everyone up and down the lineup. That's how they won games last year. Had so much pressure on opposing pitching staffs because 1 through 9 was having quality ABs with so much pressure.
Broken bat pop up left side. McKinstry handles it, and Vest goes 1-2-3 through the Brewers in the 8th. Trevor McGill time, trying to wrap up a series. Toyota, let's go places. Top half of inning number 9. Couple of home runs hit into the Toyota territory today by the Brewers. Yelich and Frelick. Jake Bauers takes over at first base, and Trevor McGill takes over on the mound, trying to extinguish some bad thoughts from Saturday's appearance in Arizona.
It didn't give up a run before that appearance. 3 earned runs last time out on Saturday. Entered the game, had to clean up a bit of a mess from Yoel Payamps. Couldn't do it. First blown save of the year, but looking to get back on track here today from Trevor McGill.
Pat Murphy has said it a lot. This is a 4-run lead right now in the top of the 9th inning, and treating, even though it's not technically a save situation, a 4-run lead is something that a closer should come into, according to Pat Murphy and the rest of the pitching group, to try and nail down a win.
Yeah, I mean, especially with how tough wins are to come by at the major league level, you got to get them when you can.
First pitch, a swing and a miss by Trey Sweeney. No problem with the velo from Trevor McGill right out of the gate. Sweeney, Dingler, and then Carpenter. Oof. Ball and a strike.
Yeah, perfectly located pitch. The biggest thing with Trevor McGill is watch his direction, how he's coming off the mound through release. If he's fallen off too much to the first base side, that's when his command can go awry.
Fouled away. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
That's what we saw on Saturday against the Diamondbacks. He was really pulling off to that first base side, and then the arm was dragging through, couldn't command the baseball. So far, so good for Trevor.
It's the walks that were an issue Saturday. Drops that breaking ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Vinny, as you know, is you're a hitter, and you know a guy's got 2 pitches, and if you can eliminate one of those pitches, pretty easy to hit.
Right. He only threw 3 curveballs against the Diamondbacks.
Ground ball to short. Ortiz on the backhand. Throws out Sweeney. 1 away in the 9th. Quick little relace before dealing with Dylan Dingler. Rhys Hoskins with a couple of homers in as many games. 2-run shot today. Yelich homered today. Sal Frelick homered today. And got another great performance from Jose Quintana. And a line drive to right, and Frelick fields it on a bounce. One out single by Dingler. And the inning advances to Kerry Carpenter. This is a tricky AB.
Yeah, that's a pretty good swing right here on a really good pitch from Trevor McGill. Clearly Dingler was looking to go the other way. He gets the pitch down and away and hits a little line drive in front of Sal Frelick.
Kerry Carpenter lined a single to right in the 7th as a pinch hitter. And a ground ball towards the middle. Ortiz has it. He will go to the bag. Throw to first. 2 double play. Ball game over. Trevor McGill gets it done and notches the series victory against the Detroit Tigers, and a gem by Ortiz to finish it off.
This was a great series win right here, Jeff, especially how they lost the series to the Diamondbacks and then having to face Tarek Skubal game 1. They come back and win the series, winning these last 2 games. 3 home runs by the Brew Crew, including Rhys Hoskins going back-to-back games, and what a start from Jose Quintana.
Quintana picks up another win for the Brewers. He is 2-0. The Athletics are coming to town over the weekend. Off day tomorrow. We will see you on Friday at the ballpark.